Hey, what's up? Happy Saturday, everyone. Hope you had a great week. Just got done camping with Phil from Down2Mob, and we had an excellent time. We recorded a couple podcasts and also did some videos, and then we took off. Phil straight up crushed it on this trail. For a truck that weighs 10,000 pounds, I am shocked at how great that thing performs. So anyway, we parted ways. I headed on over to Pine, Arizona, this really cool little mountain town that was only about an hour away from where I was at. Then in the morning, got up, drove over to the Fossil Creek area to go camp next to, or actually close to, the Verde Hot Springs. And I scored a really killer campsite. So here it is. I want to tell you all about it. Hey, what's up everyone? So I'm here along the Fossil Creek. No, actually, I think this is the Verde River. And I'm at the Verde, camping near the Verde Hot Springs. Got my #1 gal over there chilling by the fire. And I got my truck all set up, and it's really great. But I wanted to show you this cool riparian area that I'm in. And listen to all the birds. Oh, there's a bat! I don't know if you guys saw that one just go right in front of the camera, but the bats are out, which is really cool. There's lots of bats in this area. So now that it's dusk, they're going to start coming out, and the river here is just so beautiful. This is one of the only rivers left in Arizona where I think it's called the razorback chub is still a native species and still self-sustaining. And so it's really cool. A bunch of cowboys came across the river way down over there, and they were on horses, and they were riding across, which I was like, man, that is so cool. I would love to be able to travel by horse one of these days, which I think would be a really cool experience. These birds are going off. And I love camping next to any sort of water, because you always get these great insect sounds, and it's like you hear frogs, you hear you know, all sorts of stuff. And so it's really great to be out here. And the hot springs themselves are fantastic. I've done a video on the hot springs before when I was here last year, and plan to do some more of it. There's also another guy that's camping down the way from San Francisco. He's got his girlfriend with him from Mexico. And he's got a Go Fast camper, and he's got a 2016 Tacoma, and so I'll probably end up hanging with him. They stopped by earlier, and they're like, hey, can we check out your truck? And I was like, yeah. I was like, I actually rolled by your truck earlier, but you guys weren't there. I'd love to check it out. And so we're probably gonna hang out, and I invited them over for dinner tomorrow night. And super cool people, and so I'll probably get a video of that, which would be great. But tonight, just gonna hang here with Sierra. I decided not to go to the hot springs today. Instead, I'm heating up some water right here for my first shower. And roughly, I hate to say it, but I think almost 3 weeks. So, been a little funky, but it's all good. And had a lot of laundry that I needed to do, so I went ahead and did that today. And most of it's dried now, which is great. And that way I'm not so functified when I go into town. But planning to hang out in here tonight. I've got my sheet up here, which you can't really see because it's dark, and I'm gonna watch some movies, excuse me, with the projector. I'm gonna finish up that Missing 411, The Hunted, which is a pretty interesting documentary just about all these hunters that go missing in national forests, and it's always in clusters of areas of where it's done. So a lot of it's in wilderness areas. Man, these birds are going off. But it's always in wilderness areas, and so, I mean, most of the stories I think are pretty easy to debunk as far as them being maybe just circumstance or animals. But there's a couple stories that I saw in the first half of the movie that really makes you wonder, like, what's going on? Just some strange stuff. And so, you know, it's always good to keep your head on a swivel when you're back here. But anyway, just gonna hang out here at the hot springs. Really glad to be here. Payson was awesome, and so was Pine. I think it's Pine. Yeah, Pine. And but the thing is, it was really windy up there, and so down here there's like no wind at all. I'm right next to the river. It's great, and I've got my own little slice of heaven here. So gonna hang here for a couple days and kick it.